It is the most magnificent structure on earth, the human brain, that can be held with one hand. This is a quote by Dr. Diamond, and always makes me wonder how amazing our human brains are. Most of us don't take for granted, and often we don't think much about our brain. But that's because of our brain that you're able to experience the world. So today I'll be paying tribute to Marian Diamond. She was a scientist, college professor, and humanitarian. First, I'll begin with her early personal life. Then I'll move to her career, and finally I'll be talking about her humanitarian work. So Marian Diamond was born in Glendale, California on November 11th of 1926. She was the youngest of 6 children. Her father was an English physician, and her mother had to drop out of her PhD studies in order to raise her children. This is a picture of her and her mother, her siblings, and this is a picture of her and her children. She was married twice, and in her second marriage, she married a neuroscientist from UCLA, Arnold Scheibel, and they're in the picture, and they were married for 35 years. Now that you learned a little bit about her personal life, let's move on to her career. So she was the first female to obtain a PhD in anatomy in 1953. She was also the first science instructor in Cornell University. She used to teach biology and anatomy there. But her two major contributions to science was in 1960s. She was able to prove that our brains can change. In 1960s, scientists used to think that the brain was unchangeable, and there was nothing that you can do to modify your brain structures. But through her work with rats, we were able to know today that our brain can change based on our environments. So that's why we know about brain plasticity. Another major contribution that Marian Diamond brought to the scientific world was her work with Albert Einstein's brain. She was able to study his brain, and then she found out that he had a very big amount of glial cells. Scientists used to think that they were just for support the neurons, but she was able to show that those cells, they were very important for cognitive functions as well. So now that you learned about her career, let's move on to talk about her humanitarian work. So she wondered if all her scientific findings were able to improve other people's lives. For this reason, she chose a very poor area in Cambodia, where she worked with orphans for 10 years. These orphans, they were supported with food, education, and shelter, and they were able to graduate from high school and even college. And Dr. Diamond was able to use her knowledge and scientific studies to prove that science can help and improve people's lives. Dr. Diamond work changed the scientific world, and she left a very big legacy. Her work revolutionized modern neuroscience, and she broke a lot of paradigms by her studies showing that our brains can change. Dr. Diamond showed through her extensive work and love for the brain that nothing can be compared to the human brain. This is the most incredible structure on earth, and that's why I want to talk to you about Dr. Diamond today. Thank you.